Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Live with Lamar. Sorry, I'm like 2 minutes late. We're telling you a follow. I was like, what is Instagram talking about? Sorry, I'm like 2 minutes late. I was running around, but we here, we back, and we got another banger for you guys with another exclusive interview with another extraordinary individual right here with your boy on Live with Lamar. Happy Wine Wednesday to everybody. You know, I don't have no wine with me. I don't know why. I'm definitely slipping because I typically always have something here for me to drink, but tonight I don't have no wine. It is Taco Tuesday, so I will have some tequila in a few once I finish this interview with my girl Katie. But happy Wine Wednesday! Shout out to my girl Miss BBB, the host of Wine Down Wednesday. So today is like a national holiday and like low-key like her birthday. So shout out to her. Make sure y'all tap in with her and tune in for her show tomorrow. But today it's about Lamar and my girl Katie. I've been looking forward to this interview for quite some time because Katie is just like full of energy and Katie's just like a dope ass person. Let's just say that. So I already know today is gonna be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her in the busy so we can chop it up about her and what she got going on in Katie's world. Blue, 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 blue. Wait, can I invite you in here? Katie, request live. I don't know if I can invite. Oh, yes, I can. It's like, I got it. That's not letting me because I know her page is private. One of those, I think, are her other page. This is her show page. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on, Lamar? How you been?
I've been good. I've been busy. You know me, just everywhere but anywhere.
Living your best life, right?
I live my best life. You know me. I'm trying to get like you. Y'all just living y'all best life this weekend, so I'm trying to get like y'all.
I know. If you were on the East Coast, you should have been at that party. It was lit. We missed you, but I'm so glad that we got to FaceTime you at least. I was like, even just a little bit, just seeing you.
I'm still salty. It's okay.
But you chose violence. You told us that we had to stub our toes because we hung out with you. I was hurt.
I always choose violence. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. I'm a Scorpio. We choose violence every day of the week.
Right, we're November babies, so I get it, but I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a little bit after you, so yeah. Oh, what? I think there's like a 19-day difference between you and I, but it's
a good little difference. It's okay though. I still love my Sagittarius, so we're good.
Oh, thank you. But I love you. I'm so excited to be here and chop it up with you and
yes.
talk about everything. So
yes, so I know who Katie is. You know, we'll get into our relationship later and talk all things LMG. But for those that don't know who Katie is, please tell them a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Katie. I am the host of the Antisocial Socialite. So Lamar knows a little bit about my story. He's been actually a guest on my show. This is a project that I started literally as a quarantine project that I joined the Legendary Media Group with Lamar and was like, I've never been in this realm. I'm a rookie, but I'm always being told I should have my own talk show. So I decided, why not create one? So this is the best time to do it. So I have the show. I celebrated my 1-year anniversary just a couple weeks ago. I did 45 episodes in 1 year, 3 seasons. So it's huge. So yeah, Boston based. So like I was just mentioning, on the East Coast. So sad that Lamar is literally on the opposite coast. But I love him. We stay in touch, you know, so it's all good.
That is amazing. So you just moved to Boston, right?
No. I've been here. So I actually just moved to a different neighborhood. But
that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, so Lamar knows a little bit about my story. At the beginning of the year, literally the same day that I got the keys to my new condo was the same day that my position at my job I had been at for almost a decade was eliminated because of COVID. So this is a big wake up, but I feel like, you know, it was amazing to have the opportunity to really get a fresh start and figure out what I want to do with the next steps in my life. So
house party at Katie's is what I just heard.
All right, you just got to make it out here. I got blow-up mattresses. I got guest rooms, whatever you need, couches.
As long as you got tequila, we good.
I got you. What kind? Patron? I'm usually a Patron girl.
Don Julio, Casamigos.
All right, I got you.
1942.
I got you. All right, perfect. Because I'm not a big drinker, but I'm like, if I drink, it's tequila only. So
just know whenever you link up with me, you owe me at least 3 shots.
I got you. All right.
Get ready. You know I be drinking.
let me go buy that bottle right now in preparation for your visit.
So one thing you mentioned, quarantine was a lot. We both was. This man said he loves that white. What? Oh, I do love. I thought he said he loves that sure white. I saying what the hell? It's working the comments.
You can only, it's only my skin, but I'm really not that way.
Yeah, he's like he loves that white. I thought he was talking about I love. I'm like, what? But you were talking about quarantine, and we both joined LMG in the middle of quarantine. You started your talk show, and like a lot of us, it really like changed our lives like drastically in ways we never thought possible. What were some things and some methods that you personally took apart, like to stay strong during quarantine, like keep on pushing when everything seemed like it was not going to be well?
Yeah, so I will say that, it's kind of funny because the name of my show, my brand is the Antisocial Socialite, and heavy emphasis on the antisocial part, right? So, hey, Bo, hey, LMG, sorry to interrupt.
No.
Just saw this comment. But for me, I actually really enjoy being alone a lot. As social as it seems that I am, I love my alone time. I think, honestly, I had a major foot surgery about 4 years prior, and I couldn't walk for 2 months. I was out of work for 3 months. I was at home, not doing anything, right? So I think that, like, having that time of not being able to see anybody, do anything, kind of, like, was the good predictor of how I would fare, come quarantine, because then it was like part 2, in the beginning of the shit show of 2020. So I think I actually fared pretty well, better than other people, because I had already gone through that just a couple years prior.
Right.
But I am also very much a busybody. So that's why I joined LMG, because I was like, you know what? I was seeing DJ Damage's Instagram story all the time, join the group, do something. And I was like, you know what, let me do something for myself. I'm always so busy working. I really don't have something I'm super passionate about at this point, because like work is just consuming my life. So figured, why not like just jump into something, get out of my comfort zone, discover something about myself. And that's kind of how it all started. So to me, I think, going through quarantine, I was okay. I know a lot of people weren't, but I can't be on here and lie to you and be like, I struggled, because I didn't. I loved it. I
feel you on that. For me, quarantine was like beautiful for me as well. I feel like I don't have anything bad to say about it. I learned a lot. It was good alone time, as you mentioned. It wasn't as bad. And I do feel for those people that may have struggled. Some people lost their jobs and didn't know when the next bill was gonna be paid. But it's a blessing that we were able to kind of like push through. One thing that you just said that caught my attention was, you seen DJ Damage, posting and saying, hey, join LMG, join the Legendary Media Group. A lot of times I think people see things and they're having a little bit of discouragement in them, like, dang, like, is my money gonna be worth it? Like, is this even worth me to invest in? Like, what if I don't get opportunities out of it? Did any of those thoughts go through your head? And if not, what's some advice you can offer to people that like are thinking about doing something, but they're nervous about if it will actually be beneficial?
I would say just try it, because the worst thing that you can ever do is not try, right? I think that, having that imposter syndrome that you're not good enough to be doing something, or you're not confident enough to be doing something, you're blocking yourself from doing great things. So I think if you just kind of like push a little bit out of your comfort zone, and it's not to say that you have to be like the next Oprah, and be on stage and everybody's looking at you and doing all this stuff. Like, I think that just start small, just break out a little bit, try something new every day, and shout out to Laura from the Cayman Islands. She's one of our girls. She's on here right now. She literally just launched her podcast yesterday, and I just listened to it right before we joined, and she was like, I had imposter syndrome. I kept blocking myself from doing what I wanted to do. And I think that's the thing, is you just got to overcome your own thoughts and feelings of failure. Like when I joined the group, I was literally one of the only people that has never, ever, ever started a podcast, been on, photo shoots, done all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? Like, what a time to start. And Damage literally said, if you don't have content, you have to go out and create it. And that's when I hit the ground running, and I was like, you know what? I got to make sure that I just like do something great. And my show didn't have a schedule, didn't have this. I was like, I'm gonna interview creatives, talk about current topics, talk about myself, and that's it. And I literally will be off the cuff. Like, you know, it's 2 days before the show launches and I'm just coming up with the ideas of what I want to talk about. There's no rhyme or reason to my show.
Listen, baby girl, I just came up with your questions this morning laying in bed.
Yeah.
Because I have been
sorry for the typos.
I have been that's why I had typos, like literally I have been procrastinating. My goal is to have it to you guys like way before, but sometimes my schedule doesn't allow it. So I'm literally laying in bed, I'm like typing, like, here's the question, this is what we're talking about, Katie, like boom, boom, bam, this is tonight's show.
Yeah, well, I mean, thankfully we know each other, so you could have just hit me with a totally random question. I would have been like, all right, I got the answer for it.
Right.
I'm pretty good at like improving in that sense, so no worries at all.
You got to. And like you mentioned, and Damage has preached this to us as well, stop trying to quit. People are always trying to quit. Stop trying to quit, like just keep going, keep pushing, because you never know like what's gonna be on the outside of it. And like one thing that I commend about you, Katie, that I love is just your personality. You're a go-getter, and I believe you're truly genuine about the support. Like I think you really, really love all of us at LMG, and it shows every time. And that's a beautiful thing. Why is it so important for you to be so generous and caring and making that that's a part of your day-to-day lifestyle?
Well, thank you, first and foremost. I appreciate that. I'm like,
I'm
here. Yes, no, I appreciate it. So I think just it's my nature in a sense to be who I am. So like how you guys see me on these weekly Zoom calls and how I'm always like popping in on lives and podcasts and all this stuff. Like that's just who I am. I'm super supportive because I want to feel supported, and I know what it feels like to be starting something or in the midst of something and being like, I don't have a lot of views and I wish people would pay attention, and you know, really just want to like hang out with me every week on YouTube. You know, I just want to be there for the people that I love. And the wonderful thing about our peers, everybody is passionate about what they're doing, so it makes so much easier to be able to like follow them and check in on them and listen to their content and do all this stuff. So for me, that's like a big reason why I love to support you guys. Not only do I actually watch everybody's stuff, like truly, I'm not just like posting it, but I do watch it. I would say just my personality. I'm super, like, I'm the mother figure. I'm always like taking care of my babies and doing all this stuff. Like we just, a bunch of, oh, I love you too. I love you, Jules. But we just all hung out in Jersey for the weekend, and I was like, I'll be the chauffeur. Everybody loaded my car, you know, drove Janelle to and from the train station, making sure Cece gets back to New York City. Like we were always just like, you know, looking out for each other. But that's just me. I'm always the mother. I'm always like, I gotta make sure all my kids are doing well and all this. Like that's just who I am. Sorry to like ramble, but I'm like,
oh no, you're perfect, because like I'm glad you said that, because one question that I have for you that I noticed is like you're not an actual mother now. You don't have any kids. Right?
No, but my aunt, I'm like Auntie Katie. That's actually how
is your niece?
Huh? Yeah, my niece Aiden.
So you always post her, and I see the motherly love that you show for her. It's like, oh, that's your baby, like that's your road dog. Like how would you describe your relationship with her? Like how much she means to you? Like I can see it like just through your posts.
Yeah, so literally like the day she was born, I was like, no, this is my kid. And all the time I'll be calling my brother, I'll call my mom. I'm like, where's my child? I refer to her as my child. And I've told her numerous times, listen, your mom and dad had you, but you're my kid. And she's like, no, I'm not. But I literally treat Hayden as if she is my own, literally since day one. I have so many friends that have children, and they're always like, that's Auntie Katie, you know, like that's just who I am. So even though I'm not a mom, I don't even have a pet right now. I got plants. I'm a plant mom, I guess, right? But no, but I'm just like, yeah, that's just like, I'm always like super protective, but she is my mini me. She is everything. If you guys watch my show, Hayden's actually on there quite a bit.
And it popped up, take over the show.
Yes, like I was gonna say, she was even just up here for school vacation last month, and she's like, this is my show now, I'm taking it over. You know, she's a big fan of the show, but I think a bigger fan of being on the show, so.
That is amazing. And now you have your own show. You have the Antisocial Socialite, and it's amazing because like you're such a vibrant person, but your show was about antisocial, or at least that's the name of it. But like it gives off that feel. Do you have a specific style of like a talk show you can see yourself hosting?
No, I think I have to create my own show because now that Ellen is going away, there is room on daytime TV for me and my green
Come
hair.
on, Queen.
Yes.
Come on, the new queen of daytime.
Thank you. I'm trying. So, I don't know. I mean, my own format. I sometimes watch Kelly Clarkson's show. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a singer, but like a singer in my car, right? So she always comes out and she's like, I'm gonna sing a song of the day, come out, do my monologue, and then, have my guests lined up, right? I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna put you guys through that. But I want to kind of create like a new format for a show because why not have fun on daytime? The only thing is, my problem is I would probably get censored because I swear a lot.
I feel you.
So the federal commission, whatever, I can't even think. It's not the FAA. I can't even think of like who it is right now. But they would be. Thank you. I was like, I knew it was some acronym that starts with an F right now. F this, first of all. No, but like, to me, I was like, they're going to censor the shit out of me on here. So I got to like rein back and do, be a little bit more PC for
We're going to put you on daytime on VH1 or MTV. They'll let you get away with them over there. ABC and CBS and NBC, you're going to be off the air.
Exactly. They were like, sorry, canceled after the first episode. We can't be having that girl on. She is foul. But no, so I have my show, and I'll just dive into this a little quickly. I started my show. It's every Wednesday. Yes, I did just curse against Cece, but I've actually been really good during this interview. So,
we'll see you play back.
Twice now?
We'll see. The playback will be up tonight or tomorrow, so we'll see how many times you actually play.
Yes, exactly. You're going to have like a tally, like a count at the end of this and be like, she swore X amount of times. So every Wednesday I do the Antisocial Socialite. That's the show. That's the meat and potatoes, if you will, of like the brand. That's where I interview my creatives. I talk about stuff. And then just over the last few months, I started doing the Antisocial Advisor. And that I've always wanted to have my own advice column. Like literally went to school thinking I'm gonna, graduate and be in like Cosmo or a magazine. And I'm a columnist with my own advice column. That's always what I've wanted, like super Carrie Bradshaw, Sex and the City type vibe, right? So I do that on Mondays now. So I've added that into the mix. And then for about 6 months now, every Friday, I do my Antisocial Weekend playlist, just kind of set the tone. I personally curate all the songs every week. I'm actually gonna break it live to you guys now. I'm gonna select somebody once a month, and I'm gonna have them curate the playlist. So you guys are actually
There's the exclusive.
Yes. So I got Mondays doing my Antisocial Advisor, Wednesdays the Antisocial Socialite, and Fridays the Antisocial Weekend playlist. So I'm antisocial throughout the whole week. But you guys get different content and a little bit different look into my life and through my eyes and all that stuff. So
I love it. Just know whenever Lamar takes over the playlist, we gonna be ratchet.
It's gonna be lit.
I got the vibe. You already know. You might not want to give me control. It's gonna be ratchet. It's gonna be a whole nother.
I love ratchet music. So
yeah, we gonna be good. We gonna be good then.
I'm all for it. I'm excited to see what your playlist is. I cannot wait.
Let me know. So you have done a lot. You've learned a lot. Your brand has grown tremendously. If you had to pick the number one thing from Katie at the beginning of quarantine when she became a member of the Legendary Media Group to Katie now who just celebrated a year of the Antisocialite, what's number one thing you think you've improved on and learned?
Well, first and foremost, I'm still awkward at it, but I'm a lot better at being in front of the camera. To me, it is still so weird, honestly, to talk to myself when nobody is on the other end. Like at least you and I are conversing right now. I'm reading the comments, we can engage with one another. It's still low-key weird to me to come up and be like, hey guys, this is what I'm going to talk about. I think I've gotten a lot better at that, but it's always going to be weird to me. And so I think I've improved on that a bit. I don't know. How else have I been? I think I let loose a little bit more. I think my personality comes out a little bit more because I was kind of just like, I'm going to hit you with you know, these are my topics and I'm going to put my spin on it. But I think my personality has definitely shown a little bit brighter in the course of the year.
I would definitely agree with that. I think, you know, one of the biggest things you've learned, just like, there's really no formula to it as far as like how to be a host, because the way you do it is we're personalities. And so you shine by letting your personality shine. And I think you've done a tremendous job of that over the course of a year, to where what we see as Katie on FaceTime or turning up with Gabe or during our group FaceTime call every week is what your fans are getting, your fan base and your supporters are getting to see. And that's the number one key. And that's what I would say is probably the number one thing I've noticed that you know, grew up. It's just like, this is Katie. Like, this is who I am. You know what I mean? So people get that inside and out, and that's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and Bo just mentioned that my bloopers, that's actually one of my favorite things, because
Yes.
I'm super humble about this. I have no qualms about showing you guys what a goofball I can be and how many times I mess up a script read for homework or do whatever. Like, you guys see me, you know, like, this is not a front. I'm just like, I am who I am. This is me. Take it, like, you know, love me or leave me alone. That's it, you know?
Period. Like, either love me or let me be. Don't.
Yes.
You ain't gonna love me for who I am. Don't come interrupt my peace. Let me fire.
Thank you. Thank you.
I get it. We're here. Trust me. I understand. That's why I'm single now, because I ain't got time for that drama stuff.
Exactly. You're like, put them on mute and keep it cute. Bye.
I love it. And we got a lot of our LMG people in the building, you know what I mean? So I see CC, there's Bo here.
I know. I'm going to read some of these comments. Yeah. And Ruben, thank you for saying I'm the best. I appreciate you, man. Love you always.
Shout out to y'all. I don't want y'all to think we ignoring y'all. Kyle was in here. I think he's still in here somewhere.
He is, I think. CC, thank you for saying I'm gorgeous. What's up, Beth? My college friend. I love her. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm like, I'm so humbled by you asking me to be a guest on this.
Listen, it was definitely bound to happen. Like, I had to get you on the show because I was like, you're gonna be perfect. Like I said, I genuinely love your personality, and I think it's like a beautiful thing that everybody needs to see, because you have your own talk show, so you know what I mean. So I understand what it's like being in this space. So why not connect, you know, with another peer that's within here? You know what I mean? So you're doing great things.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
So what advice, and I know this is kind of like, I'm still learning myself. What advice would you give to other, we'll spin it, to other creators? So to other creators in their own space, what advice would you give to them to help them kickstart it and make their things and their dreams come true?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would tell them to just really be simple and focus on what they're truly passionate about. Because like I just told you, I'd love to give advice. I love a talk show. I love music. Thankfully, I've been able to streamline it and make it work for me. But sometimes there's like too many thoughts, too many ideas, blocking yourself. Just start simple and just figure out, okay, if I'm going to create and I'm going to show the world something, what is it that I want to have the biggest impact? And just go from there, like really stay focused and go from there, but also talk to fellow creatives, right? Join the legendary media group or whatever there may be. Join in on something that you can have resources and peers and mentors and whatever that can kind of gain, you know, everything that you need to do to master your craft. I wouldn't have done this if quarantine never existed. I never would have done this. I'd have been like, oh, I'm so stuck up on work, and oh, I don't have time, and oh, you know, it happened for me for a perfect reason, you know, just like it's doing everybody else. I think people are really trying to understand life is short, you know, so just got to do what you got to do. So definitely, like, I tap in. I have interviewed a bunch of you that are in our group for my show. So you guys have given me inspiration. You know, Bo's always checking in on me and really pushing and inspiring me to do an antisocial weekend music festival. We were just talking about it this weekend. And I was like, you know what? He's seeing something in me that I don't even see. You know, so it's things like that. I'm like, you know, people really believe in you, but tap into those people that are going to believe in you, you know, because not everybody's for everything in your life.
Everybody's not. Everything is not going to be everybody's cup of tea either. And that just is what it is. You know what I mean? So, like, you have to own it in your craft. Because, I mean, I can be honest. I was very skeptical about joining LMG. I was very, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna pay this man all this money. He gonna give me a couple slideshows, and that's all I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna get nothing from it. I'm like, he's gonna rob me. And that's gonna be that. But and my friend was like, bro, he's like, what do you have to lose? Like, because I had the money. Shout out to, I guess Trump, because the stimmy came through. And I was like, well, I have this stimmy. And so, like, I mean, I could use it on this class, but like, he's like, well, what are you really losing? Like, this money is money that you didn't expect to have. It's basically free money. So you might as well invest in something. And I did it, and
And the rest is history. But that's the beautiful thing is like you took that opportunity, that money, and you invested it in yourself. And I'm not trying to hate on anybody that, saved it for a vacation or, bought takeout for like 5 weeks straight on it. Like, do what you want to do with the money, but you were smart about how you decided that you wanted to spend that money, because it wasn't just spending, it was investing.
It was an investment, and like it's been a beautiful thing. Now I'm out here in LA. I done seen the blossom, I done seen the roses, I've seen all my peers and their shows grow and blossom, and everybody's doing so great with their own talk show, getting acting gigs, you know what I mean? Miss BDB, like she got her own set and YouTube, and like everybody is doing things. Kyle and his podcast, like we're all doing good. CC be off the radar, but CC be working.
We're waiting for CC's interlude. It's got to come back, but we're all crushing it, which is amazing. And to even like you asked me, and I know I'm the guest of the show, but I'm still very much interacting with all of our peers that are in the group right now, chatting it up in the comments. But to see where all of us were a year ago to now is absolutely incredible. And I'm like so ridiculously proud of everybody, especially you. I mean, you literally moved across the country to chase your dreams. That is not an easy feat. You did big things.
Yes, I did, with 8 parking tickets and a toll card. Yeah, that's what I got between. And my 6 months, the next week is my 6 months of being here. Yes, like 6 parking tickets.
You're gonna learn how to navigate and how to dispute those tickets like a pro in no time. Just
listen, LA don't show no sympathy.
no mercy.
Wait, they like reading.
But for your plates, are they still Florida plates?
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, you gotta update. Yeah. Hopefully nobody from like LA County is watching this, right? Like no meter maids, nobody from the, local government that has any control, the tow companies, anybody like that.
Yes, and then our girl Leah just joined as well, and she's killing it with her show and her podcast and her brand, and she's on everybody's red carpet behind the scenes. So shout out to Leah as well. We got to make sure we're spreading the LMG love across to everybody.
Absolutely. I'm just proud of everybody. I mean, and I'm super thankful that they even joined in. I mean, obviously, I would be so mad at them if they didn't, because we've been hyping this up for days. They did know better.
Y'all knew.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So Paul.
We're going to be FaceTiming each and every one of them after this. Like, fuck you. How dare you not join? There you go, Cece. I just cursed again. Love you too. Boom. So that's 3 now, right?
What's next for Katie? Like, what you got up your sleeve? What you got planned out? We got a new season of Antisocial Socialites coming out soon?
So it's going to be coming soon. I'm definitely taking a pause from the show right now because I did wrap up the 3rd season. And I'm kind of moving in a different direction in terms of my career. So I'm actually going to get my real estate license. And, again, when people see something in you that you don't see for yourself, right? I had a mentor of mine tell me that I should have my own personal concierge business because I love helping people. I love dealing with, a lot of my clients and making them happy and creating amazing experiences. And I'm like, oh my God, if I could do something like that would be amazing. So I think my content's going to switch up a little bit. I think I'm going to focus more on Instagram than really putting my show on YouTube. Again, this is not like a scripted, structured life that I live. It's, off. Oh yeah, I'm going to help everybody, girl. Yes, I am. But like, I think of some of my content is going to be focused around that. I still want to do my show, but I think I'm going to like scale back a little bit, maybe enjoy a little bit of the summer, get my business growing, kind of go from there. So you're going to see the brand evolve. That's what you're definitely going to see. But my favorite part, honestly, is literally interviewing creatives because I love hearing people's stories, hearing about their passions, getting to know them more. So I definitely still want to tap into that element. I'm not abandoning it. I'm going to try to figure out how to take the antisocial socialite to the next level.
There's nothing wrong with it. I do the same exact thing. Like, I've been doing this for like 7 years. And one thing about me is I'm going to take a season break. I'm going to take a break and then come back. I always do that. Like, when this season is over, it'll be over at the end of the summer. I'm going to take my break and move back for season 3 of Live with Lamar. And so that's very important because it allows you to rewatch your episodes, figure out a new strategy about what guests you want, how you want to market your guests, how you want to select your guests, how you want to shoot your show, how you want to promote it. That's the time and the downtime for you need a break because you're on go so much. So it's okay and good for you to be able to take this break from season 3, celebrate, whoop whoop, and prep for season 4. And when you feel like you're ready, start pushing out and bring your content out. That's important. So I commend you for it. You definitely got to take breaks because if you overwork yourself, like you'll get lost and then it becomes not fresh. Because you always want to keep your product fresh. So you have to figure out, okay, this was good. I like how season 1, 2, and 3 did this, but I want to add this on season 4 to make it that much better.
Absolutely. And I think a big thing, especially when you take a look, a year is 52 weeks and I did 45 shows. 45 weeks out of 52. I mean, the consistency is definitely there. That's what I stress to people too. Like, you got to stay consistent. If you want to do it, you got to make it work for you. But, I'm also not trying to stop it completely, but I know I need to take a healthy break and kind of figure out, like first season, I did a very, very generic commercial break as a pause between my monologue to my interviews with a piece of paper that said commercial break because I'm such a goofball and I do stuff like that. Then season 2 was literally shouting out brands that I love, of things that I personally own. And I was like tagging them. And then this past season, I had the Antisocial Circle. So it was a very exclusive circle because I am bougie about who I want in my life, right? And I'm like, oh, did you earn a seat at the table for the Antisocial Circle? So I abandoned the commercial breaks for that. But then I'm like, oh, what do I want to do for season 4? So it's like, it's always like kind of evolving. I think I got to bring back the generic commercial break because everybody seemed to have loved that. But I'm like,
what I think would be cool? I think this would be a good idea for you and just a random thing. Because you're so random, I see a lot of shows and some hosts do this as well, to where they do like random pop-up questions, maybe a jar of Jet Destiny with a jar of questions, and your guests don't know what it is. I feel like you like to mix it up, you like to have fun. So they don't know what they're getting, and stick their hand in this jar, and they pull out this question or questions, and they have to answer it like in the middle of the show, something like that. I don't know.
I love it. I've done that on a few of my episodes where I do have the questions, like a random question time segment. And even when I started, even filming content, I hit up some of my friends. I'm like, we're doing random question time. I started that before I even started the Antisocial Socialite. But I need to get back to that because I'm like, that's the funniest part. And that's what I enjoy the most about my interviews with people is I catch them totally off the cuff, like random ass story time. I did an interview a couple months ago and we were talking about like gas station bathrooms and like how disgusting they are. And I'm like, I think I actually put that in the clip that I had sent you. And I'm just like, and then it turned into like something totally different. And I'm just like, you never know what somebody's perspective is going to be on something. And that's what I love to like, as prepped as I give my guests their questions, so they come prepared and they feel good and comfortable, because some people do get scared coming on the show. I'm like, I got to break it up, and we're humans, and we're going to have this conversation, and we're going to have some fun. I mean, I even brought some of my props, which you've seen on my show. I have them over here. I have my tiny mic. I have my little hands. Oh, I just am knocking stuff over. I got my hands. Right? I gave out my super white ones so they don't match me right now. I'm sorry. My Cardi B button. So that's the randomness that I love to just like add into my shows. So yeah, I think I really need to like stress on that random question segment again. So when I have you back on my show, be prepared.
I'm always with the shit. I'm with all the shit. So whatever. Let me know what we're getting into.
Yeah, I'm forewarning you, man. I'm like, it's on. It is on.
That is amazing. Like I said, and I've told everybody, Katie has been doing great things. Katie, how can the people follow you to keep up with you and all your crazy, randomness, hilarious moments that you have with you and the Antisocial series?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's both on YouTube and at Instagram, whatever. At Antisocialite Katie. Super easy. Lamar follows me, so you can actually check it out on his page if you want to go stalk his follower list and see what's up. But yeah, like you'll just see me post content. Like I just went on vacation last week, so you're gonna see some of my life on that aspect. Check out my story, I'll put random stuff in there, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you could check out all of my interviews that I've done, literally all 45 episodes, and then I post the full interviews on YouTube. Lamar was on the end of season 2. And then honestly, I have to shout out to quickly, I am obsessed. I think you guys see it all the time and you're probably like, shut up, but obsessed with the show Queen of the South. So just about a month or so ago, I started doing episode recaps because I had fans of the show DMing me like, you would be amazing to do a recap. So I've done a few already, so you can watch that on my IGTV. I think I'll start doing reels a little bit more, but yeah, Antisocialite Katie, you can find all my randomness on there and just tap in that way. DM me, ask me questions, give me suggestions, talk shit to me, with me, I don't care. Just hit me up.
Yes, make sure y'all tap in with her. Of course, I'm Lamar, so if you're not following, make sure you follow me at Lamar Robinson TV for more hilarious and exclusive interviews just like this with my girl Katie. And of course, beautiful, it has been a pleasure.
It has been amazing. Thank you so much again for having me on Live with Lamar. I feel like I've made it now.
Welcome to Live with Lamar. This is the only place you get those exclusive announcements. The only place.
The only place. And when I have my daytime TV show, you are going to be one of my first guests. So
listen, you ain't even got to invite me. I will buy a ticket and come on stage.
Shh, I'll comp you. I'm like, you have to buy a ticket, man.
Right. Listen, any way I can get up on stage, I'm just gonna walk up on stage. You're just gonna be sitting there, just like your niece. You're just gonna pop on the couch.
I'm going to have like a Lamar Robinson dedicated chair. So you pop up whenever you want, and that is your seat. Nobody else is to sit there. That's it.
Please make sure that don't happen because I'm crazy and I'll fight. What's mine is mine. I'm possessive. I'm real possessive.
I'm crazy.
I'm crazy. I'm possessive. What's mine is mine.
That's right. But you know what? What's yours is also mine, and I'm going to take over Live with Lamar now. So watch out. Hayden took my show, so I need a new platform. I'm taking your show.
That's why I can control this. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in with me and my girl Katie. Tune in next week. I got another interview. Who's coming up next week? Who I have next? Oh, I know who's coming up next week. Y'all got to tune in to find out.
Yes, we got to check out your story and all that stuff. So thank you again.
Thank you. Have a good night. Everybody else, have a good week. And we out.
Bye.